I have broken my oath. Hundreds. No, thousands of times. Before, I never would have thought it was possible, but now I know it is. When I arrived at Auschwitz, it was a casual flick of the wrist that sent me right to life, survival. So many others were sent left. It wasn't until later on that we realized that they were being sent to gas chambers, and that it was their ashes that rained down on us from the crematorium. Every morning we would stand in line for hours in heat, freezing cold, rain, while they counted us. One morning, they called forth any doctors to step forward, and without thinking, without knowing what I wanted to happen, I did. I thought for sure they would send me to the gas chambers, but instead, they sent me to the infirmary. And to call it that was a joke. There was nothing that separated it from the rest of the barracks. And the walls were lined with bunks, overcrowded with people, their hollowed eyes staring down at me. There was a bucket of dirty water to wash my hands. The only tools were rusty knives. And there was a small operating room in the back, and it was there that I met Dr. Mengele. Und mention, you will treat the patients that can be treated. The guards will take care of the rest. Yes, Herr Dr. Mengele. What was your specialty before you came here? Gynecology, Herr Dr. Mengele. Gynecology? Truly? That is wunderbar. You will send all of the pregnant women to me. They will be sent to another camp. They will get extra rations, blankets, milk. Yes, Dr. Mengele. I will, right away. There are a number of women who have already told me that they are pregnant. I will send them to you right away. I was so naive. There was no special camp. Every one of those women I sent to the gas chambers. Their deaths are on my hands. Irma Gresa. She was a sadistic kapos in Auschwitz. She would take her whip and whip women across the breasts. And when they would become infected, she would come to the infirmary and watch me operate on them. After one operation, she came and said, I am pregnant. I have watched you operate. You are a good doctor for a Jew. I have utmost confidence in you that you will do what needs to be done. I will have you do an abortion on me. But, Kapos, if I do that, that will surely mean death for me if anyone finds out. Ha! What do I care? You will die anyway. What do I care if it's now or later? You will do this. I have instruments. They are sterilized. You will wash your hands. Now, or I will shoot you in the head. Yes, Kapos. And with her gun pointing at my head, I washed my hands with soap made from the bodies of my people. God, I had a wonderful husband and 2 beautiful children. I had work that satisfied me completely. This will pinch. I'm sorry, there's nothing that can be done. I acknowledge before you, Adonai, my God and God of my ancestors, that my health and my death are in your hands. You will feel some more pain. I'm so sorry. There is nothing I can do. May it be your will to grant me a complete healing. And if it be your will that I am to die today, shelter me in the shadow of your wings and grant me a place in the world to come. It is done. You are no longer pregnant. Well, you are a good doctor. Oh, it is a pity you are a Jew. Germany needs good doctors. Oh, if you tell anyone about this, I will shoot you in the head. And there, with the remnants of her pregnancy still on my hands, I realized that I had something that the Nazis could not take away from me. I had my knowledge. I had my skills. I could help the women in the camp. Being pregnant is a death sentence, so I would make sure that there were no more pregnant women in the camp. I started with the 9-month pregnancies. I ruptured their membranes and accelerated their births and moved on to the 8 months and 7 months. There was one that I could not bear to stop. Her name was Yolanda. She was from my hometown of Siget. She had been married for several years and had been trying to become pregnant. So she would come to see me, and I was able to help her. After months and months of treatment, we found out we were successful. I'm going to bring you the most wonderful present, she said. And then the Nazis came. And we were taken. I would hide her body with mine in roll calls. I bandaged her abdomen, and it still continued to swell despite having no food to put into it. And then, one night, in the midst of a terrible storm, Yolanda! Yolanda! Oh, good girl. Lie down on this. For 2 days, she labored, pain racking her body. Shh, good girl, be quiet. She's seizing, help me roll her. and seizures racked her poor, weak body. Good girl, Yolanda. Shh, shh, shh. Yes, I see its head. You're ready. One more big push, big push. Good girl, Yolanda. You have a son. He is beautiful. Hold him. I have him. He's perfect. He's wonderful. He has your eyes. I'm going to send you to the infirmary. No, no, no. I will tell them you have pneumonia. You won't be sent to the gas chambers for that. And so I sent Yolanda to the infirmary, and I prepared to do what I needed to do. But I looked into that child's eyes, and I knew how much he was wanted, how much he was cared for. And I didn't. I kept him alive for 2 days, hiding him in my rags, bringing him to the infirmary with me. But when his wails began to be too much, I knew I had to do what needed to be done. I held his tiny, limp body for hours. And just before roll call, I buried him under a pile of corpses. That were ready to be gone to the crematorium. I do not know if what I did was right or wrong. It was a choiceless choice. And I would do it again.